it do, peeps? Welcome, welcome. Hey, man, come on in, get a seat, grab a seat, because the movie about to start. Movie about to start. I didn't even have time to pop popcorn. They said this was a one night showing of She Got No Game starring Angel Reese. Let's just get into how it started off. Let's take a look. This is where the tragedy started. This was early.
Reversal with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, "Kenny, that."
Jonquel Jones was so disrespectful with the lack of doing anything athletic and blocking the shot. Like it was like a elementary kid playing against Shaq. That's what it looked like. A fifth grader versus Shaquille O'Neal. This was the most pathetic performance I'd ever seen from a professional. I haven't seen a college player do this bad. High school, not even this bad. Woo. They told me when I was watching the previews, they said that it was going to be a comedy and a tragedy. And it started out funny. Always does when you can't make a layup within 4 feet of the basket. It's always a comedy. The lack of giver F's by Jonquel Jones was even more funny and disrespectful at the same time. Jonquel Jones, all she did was do this. This is how you know a person is not a smart basketball player. Jonquel Jones literally has her hand like this, and you go up and put the ball in her hand and get it blocked. And you did it multiple times. Jonquel Jones was filling the stat sheet and wasn't even using any mental power. And Angel Reese was doing everything in her power to make a basket. And all Jonquel Jones did was this. But that wasn't the killer. In that first half, those two announcers for the Chicago Sky in this movie, they will be nominated for an Oscar. They might not win, but they gonna be nominated because they did costume design for this movie, because they dressed Angel Reese up as a basketball player and sold that to that crowd and to all the people at home that been riding with her. Keep in mind, they had 4 days off before this game. Basically 4 days off. They had plenty of time to practice. Home opener. And they lay a doo-doo egg. But the killer part was that they defended it in the second half. And them defending it lets me know everything about the mentality in Chicago. They enable what Angel Reese does. They condone it. They don't challenge her to do better. Those ladies actually said during the game, Carmela Cardoza and Angel Reese were like 1 of 12 from the field. And they said they just need to give them more opportunities. I was like, delusion runs this league, and it lives in Chicago. Then, every chance they got, they would be so kissing butt. Now, this one was funny, because this was 2 possessions back to back. You grab Phoebich, you pull her down. The refs call it on Jonquel Jones, change it to Phoebich, when it should have been on Angel Reese. They let you slide with that one. You come right back down and elbow Sabrina in the head and push her down. and get the ball and try to go on the break. And then she lost it. Because Angel Reese at that point was at the point of cracking. This is when the tragedy started in the movie. But they told me this when they told me I was going to watch it. They said it's going to start as a comedy. And it's going to get depressing. It wasn't depressing for me. I don't watch the sky. Somebody called me and told me, man, are you watching the Sky game? I said, no, man. Sky outside. I see the sky all the time. Hell, I want to go look outside and look at the sky for. It is what it is. But that was the breaking point of Angel Reese in the third quarter. That third quarter, she was pressing, trying her damnedest to get something in that point column. She did not want a bagel. She did not want donuts. We'd have gave her a dozen. If Angel Reese ever goes and not scores a point, we giving her 2 dozen donuts and 2 dozen bagels and a gallon of the finest coffee from Colombia. The finest. Whatever she want, medium, dark, light, she gonna get it. We gonna send it to her. She gonna get the best coffee ever. But that third quarter, they should have pulled her. They should have pulled her. She was done. Mentally, she was toast. And you gotta realize, folks, they're playing, and this league is so catty. The Indiana Fever are playing at the same time. She knows this. So she knows. I've set this crap up on Saturday. I gotta deliver today. Caitlin's playing at the same time. In a couple days after Thursday night's game, they're going to have the ratings. They're going to show the ratings and attendance for my game and the ratings and attendance for Caitlin Clark. This movie getting worse. It's starting to get sad now. Because reality is hitting and that karma is coming back. Fourth quarter starts. She really pressing. You got all these young players on the team. You got Maddie Westbeld. You got Haley Van Lith. They're still on the bench. Now the announcers are like, they're coming out of character now. The costume designers they're starting to fade. They're like, man, I'm tired of dressing up this turd. And they're starting to say, yeah, pretty soon you're going to have to pull the starters and it's going to start time to think for Tyler to start thinking about getting some of the bench players in there, get an opportunity. He kept going. 6-minute mark comes. They're still in the game. It wasn't until about like 3 minutes left that they put Maddie Westbeld in the game. And I was just like, wow. You got a lame duck coach. Poor guy. And they just talked about his dad was on the staff as an analyst. Your daddy need to pull you to the side and tell you, son, if you want your black ass to stay in this position, you best put Angel Reese on that bench. Start Maddie. Start anybody. Keep that girl on the bench. Don't worry about Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade knows Angel Reese can't hoop. He told her on her podcast in so few words. That's why the previews to this movie have been telling. Nobody is completely honest with Angel Reese except real basketball fans. Real basketball fans have told her, you don't work on your game sucks. But people around her in her circle, they don't tell her that. Dwayne Wade told her she needed to work on some counters. Lisa Leslie went so far as to tell her, work on the fundamentals, your footwork, so on and so forth. And then even tried to, stage a fake little video to show that she was working on post moves and this and that. Nah. Angel Reese ain't working on nothing. She got no game. And it's visible. She was trying to do some kind of Euro sidestep. Got called for traveling twice. Lost it out of bounds once doing that crap. And the lady said, yeah, they're young players. This is the time where they need to practice on their moves. And I'm sitting there like, lady, you trying real damn hard to get that damn Oscar. Angel Reese ain't getting the Oscar for looking like a basketball player. This a Tubi movie. She got no game going straight to Tubi. It's a Tubi movie, ma'am. I'm sorry. If you think Angel Reese is going to become the next Asia Wilson, the only thing they got in common is their first name starts with an A. That's it. Not in the same zip code. She not in the same zip code as Nafisa. She damn sure ain't in the same zip code as Caitlyn. And that's why all the fans, and that's where the tragedy, that's where the tragedy continues. Fourth quarter, people are walking out of that stadium in Chicago. They done came out here to see they hero, Angel freaking Reese. And she done let them down. She done got a dodo bird on the shooting. Got 2 point and a handful of rebounds, and they're bragging about the steals she got. Tragedy. They're on Twitter crashing out. They're on the Chicago Sky Instagram page asking, where's Trinity Carter at? Can we get Angel Reese some shooting help? Can we trade Angel Reese? But you notice one thing that didn't happen last night? You didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear anything about racism or nothing like that. And that's another part of the tragedy. See, the tragedy part come in waves. It comes in waves. See, she set herself up for her own downfall. She's done it a couple times, but that Saturday afternoon, it weighed on her. The next day when she did the interview, and she talking about we can't condone this stuff, and I'm glad the league is looking. When she had a chance to answer questions, and you didn't answer the questions, you could have said you didn't hear nothing, but you chose to play that victim role, and we saw the victim get victimized by herself on Thursday. And that's the tragedy part. We saw a person that all you had to do, it was simple. Yeah, you and Caitlin Clark had a moment in college. Yeah, we get it. You did the hand wave. I get it. You had a chance to just come in the league and say, man, I'm just trying to earn my chops and become a better player in this league. And you could have just did that. And nobody would have even worried about the comparison. You could have let everybody else talk. Everybody else could have said, Bird and Magic. And you could have said, man, those guys are great. They're all time. I hope I get wished. I hope in the women's side of the house, I hope to be mentioned among the greats in women's basketball. Could have said something like that, and everybody would have been like, all right, that's cool. And you could have just said, hey man, I hope Caitlyn has a good season, but when we play, I gotta try to get her. Nobody would have had a problem with it until you opened your mouth and you said that villain. And the villain got exposed yesterday. See, it wasn't nobody cheering at your own home stadium. Crowd was as silent as possible. Half of them were probably shocked at what they were watching, to be honest. I mean, I've seen people come up with the name Me Bound, but like I say, Brickhouse Brown, man, it just got a ring to it because it's so WWE. Brickhouse Brown. WWE. You know, you're a character. You play the role of a basketball player. And you're not good at it. Not Oscar worthy. But yesterday, folks, it's going to be a lot of movies coming out this year. Y'all get ready. Because Angel Reese is a Tubi star. Last year she had the Dances with Caitlin Clark, and she was playing the role of Venom. You know, she's a symbiote, so she sucks off of Caitlin Clark's energy to sustain her own life. This year, starting the season off, she got no game. Starring her and those two announcers. But let me know what you thought about the movie. I thought the movie was it was funny at points, and then it got sad. But hey, man, Tyler Marsh, you signed up for it. I do feel sorry for Haley Van Lith because she gotta deal with this crap again. She dealt with it one year and she hightailed it, and she got to deal with it again for as long as her and Angel Reese are on that team. But leave your comments below. Until next time, folks. Peace.